On Thursday, Hallmark announced that they are dropping the entirety of its 2024 countdown to Christmas and Miracles of Christmas movies. However, one podcasting duo is still waiting for the network to do one simple thing. They want the movies to stream in stereo. Photo: BJ Britt, Jonathan Bennett, Tyler Hines credit. 2024 Hallmark Media/photographer Elena Nenkova. Hallmark Cafe podcasters discover Hallmark is streaming in mono. This holiday season, Santa may be leaving a few lucky recipients a Dolby Atmos system. However, those gift recipients may not want to test out their new sound system on Hallmark. That is because a podcasting duo have discovered that Hallmark is streaming in mono. The duo that has identified this flaw is the Hallmark Cafe podcasting couple, Diane Garnett Killen and Michael Killen. From the beginning, they reported to their listeners that they enjoyed the programming on the rebranded streaming channel, Hallmark. However, they were disappointed that most of the content was streaming in mono, not stereo. This was not the case with the network's former streaming channel, Hallmark Movies Now. The network rebranded this to Hallmark in September. Next, the Killens did an investigation. They watched about 20 movies. This was to specifically listen to see if they were in stereo. They revealed a few old movies were in stereo, such as Kimberly Williams Paisley's former mystery series Darrow, and the Aurora Teagarden pilot. Unfortunately, they noted that the Aurora Teagarden Julius House mystery streamed was in mono. Furthermore, they tested their Friendly TV app. This is another way Hallmark viewers can stream content from the linear channels. When they went to check out a free preview of the Plus site on that app, it is in stereo, but on the actual H Plus app, not in stereo. They state that a good example of is the first 5 seconds of Mistletoe Murders. The sound effect is really split left and right, but with the actual app, it is in the middle. Those who have a sound bar may find this harder to tell. Many people watch on their handheld devices, but Diane and Michael admit they are old school, and they have determined that not everyone notices this issue. It could be due to the way they stream the shows. It should be noted that both have a cornucopia of production experience, with IMDb listings in many areas of film production. Moreover, Michael's IMDb also includes the sound department for the series American Gladiators. Therefore, they know more than the average person about these matters. Besides, most networks have not broadcast in mono since the 80s. Most of all, they care about the production value of a movie or series. Their podcast doesn't cover all Hallmark content released, only the movies or series that make the menu. They watch each movie twice to determine if they will talk about it, because they don't want to share negative reviews. Then, when they discuss each movie or episode, they like to take a deep dive into each production. The information they share includes the names of the production team. Often, they will comment on details that enhance the viewing experience for their listeners. Because they were perplexed about the mono sound, they contacted Hallmark. The network response was that all Hallmark movies are in mono, but Michael noted that that was not true. The content airing on the Hallmark Channel or Mystery Channel broadcasts in stereo. They were at a standstill. They needed a like-for-like example. Thanks to Hallmark airing 2 episodes of Finding Mr. Christmas on the Hallmark Channel, they were able to confirm there was a problem. The Jonathan Bennett-created reality series streams in mono on Hallmark Plus. Yet, when they watched it on the Hallmark Channel, it was in stereo. Despite notifying the network, this situation has not been fixed. The Killens surmised that the issue could be bandwidth. Nevertheless, the couple still hopes that the network will fix this issue because they enjoy the content on the streaming channel. Hallmark uses well-known musical talent in many holiday movies. Perhaps, what is most perplexing about this situation is that many Hallmark movies feature music of such talents as Jennifer Hudson or Gwen Stefani, or Broadway stars like Gina Claire Mason. What is the purpose of the network to be streaming them in mono when the music is meant to be in stereo? As the Hallmark Cafe and other podcasts have raved, the new streaming series on Hallmark are winners. Unfortunately, they are currently streaming in mono. The number one series everyone is talking about is Mistletoe Murders, starring Sarah Drew, Peter Mooney, and Sierra Marilyn Riley. This is based on the Audible original by Ken Kuperus. Kuperus is also the showrunner of the Chris Mystery streaming series, and the result is magic. Many call this series the best thing that the network announcement this Thursday. Hallmark revealed it would be discontinuing its beloved countdown to Christmas and Miracles of Christmas movie events for 2024. This has left many fans wondering about the future of their favorite seasonal programming. However, amidst this shake-up, one podcasting duo remains focused on a crucial detail that the network seems to overlook: the audio quality of its streaming offerings. Diane Garnett-Killen and Michael Killen, hosts of the Hallmark Cafe podcast, are advocating for a straightforward fix. They want Hallmark movies to be offered in stereo rather than in mono. The Hallmark Cafe podcasting couple is not just any ordinary viewer. They bring a wealth of experience from various facets of film production, which gives them a unique perspective on the content they consume. Recently, they have noted that while the holiday season might inspire festive gift-giving, not all gifts will be suited to the Hallmark streaming experience. As they explored the rebranded streaming service, simply named Hallmark, they made a disappointing discovery. The majority of its movies are streaming in mono audio. This finding is concerning for fans of quality audio, particularly in an era where high-fidelity sound has become a standard expectation. The Killens reported early on in their podcast that they were generally pleased with the rebranding and content on Hallmark's new streaming platform. However, they were disheartened to discover that most programming was emerging in a mono format, a stark contrast to their previous experiences with Hallmark Movies Now, which was known for its better sound quality. To investigate this anomaly, the couple set about watching around 20 different Hallmark movies to assess their audio quality. While they did find a handful of older films that surfaced in stereo, such as Kimberly Williams Paisley's mystery series Darrow and Darrow, and the original pilot for Aurora Teagarden, their results were mostly disappointing. They even tested their viewing experience on different platforms, such as the Friendly TV app. In this instance, they were pleased to find that previews offered in the same family of shows streamed in stereo. However, the issues persisted when they attempted to watch the same content via the Hallmark Plus app. One example they cited had particular significance. They noticed that in just the first few seconds of Mistletoe Murders, sound effects were distinctly engaged in a stereo format, but upon transitioning to the actual Hallmark Plus app, the audio collapsed into a mono experience. Diane and Michael admitted that they approached their analysis with somewhat of an old-school mindset. They understood that many viewers do not always recognize the discrepancies in audio formats, especially those who primarily watch on smaller devices like smartphones or tablets, where sound quality may not be as apparent. However, their findings are troubling, especially for an audience that cherishes production quality. The Killens' background is notable. They both have extensive experience within the industry, and Michael's IMDb credits even extend into the sound department, notably for the series American Gladiators. This expertise makes their insights valuable, especially when most television networks ceased streaming in mono decades ago. For Diane and Michael, the production quality of a film or series is paramount, which is why their podcast hones in on select Hallmark releases instead of covering every piece of content. They prioritize watching each film twice to ensure a fair and well-rounded discussion, so viewers are less likely to be exposed to unfairly negative critiques. The duo's curiosity about Hallmark's audio issues led them to reach out to the network directly to clarify their observations. In their inquiry, Hallmark's response suggested that all their movies were being streamed in mono, yet Michael countered, pointing out the inconsistency since Hallmark content aired on their traditional television channels is in stereo. This contradiction left the Killens at an impasse, requiring more evidence to highlight the disparities between platforms. Fortunately, a significant breakthrough emerged thanks to the airing of 2 episodes of the Hallmark original series, Finding Mr. Christmas on the Hallmark Channel. The show, created by none other than Jonathan Bennett, streamed in mono on Hallmark Plus, yet the same episodes broadcast on the Hallmark Channel were presented with stereo sound. This critical finding confirmed that the inconsistency was indeed a genuine issue and not a mere illusion created by the viewing medium.